Civ 6 is missing these huge civilizations. The Hittites, Morocco and Iroquois Confederacy are just some of the biggest civs not to appear in Civ 6, and we have found some even bigger ones. The last civ on this list must be the biggest civ never to have appeared in a mainline civ game before. When we talk about huge civilizations, Assyria was enormous in size during its peak as an ancient empire of the Middle East. Assyria undoubtedly achieved much through its military conquest, which was possible, in part, due to their scientific advances in military technology. In Civ 5, which was their one and only appearance in the series so far, Assyria had interconnected science and domination bonuses, such as the Siege Tower unique unit replacement for the catapult. Now, let's be frank here, with how downright useless the catapult is in Civ 6, I'd welcome an actual competent replacement. Assyria would probably be focused towards early game domination, which would have military conquest rewarded with probably science in Civ 6. Perhaps similar to Macedon's unique civ ability, Assyria's unique civ ability could provide them with a free technology, for example, when conquering a city in the ancient and classical eras, encouraging players to go on the offensive early to set them up for the rest of the game. With their hussars and coffee houses, that is such a strange thing to say out loud. Another civilization that appeared in Civ 5 but hasn't made it to Civ 6 is Austria. Located in Central Europe, Austria has some of the most breathtaking landscape on the continent, with stunning valleys, lakes and mountains. In terms of power and prestige, Austria was most prominent from the 19th to the early 20th century, when it was considered a great power, and had links to some of the world's best musicians and scientific figures. There would be some real culture and tourism potential for Austria in Civilization 6. A bonus to great musician point production would be an obvious possibility, but to reflect the country's stunning landscape, what about a ski resort replacement, perhaps the Alpine Retreat, that boosts the appeal of adjacent tiles and therefore gives additional tourism? In Civ 5, Austria's unique ability allowed it to use gold to purchase city-states it was suzerain of. I would love to see that back in the game too. We'll move on to my favourite civ on this list in a minute, but as much as I do like my picks, I'm also really interested to know what you think, so please remember to let me know what civs you'd have picked for this video down in the comments. We've got some more videos coming up like this too, so if you want to support the channel and don't want to miss those, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on. This next civilization, which is actually located not too far from Austria, is probably the one that I miss most from Civ 6. Venice was a maritime republic that existed from 697 until 1797. Built on maritime trade, the city-state dominated trade in the Mediterranean for much of its existence. Similar to Portugal or Mali, Venice would be guaranteed bonuses to the number of and yields from trade routes, alongside a handy unique naval unit to protect them. What would really excite me about Venice though, is if it carried over its unique playstyle from Civ 5. In Civ 5 they could not train settlers, meaning the only way of expanding your civilization was either through military conquest, and even then you didn't get the full control over every city you conquered, or by using their unique unit, the Merchants of Venice, to purchase a city-state using gold. Civ 6 could build on this. While still not allowing Venice to build settlers, what if they were able to construct trading outposts around the map? These outposts could provide significant yields for trade routes that pass through them, give access to much needed luxury and strategic resources, be immune from loyalty pressure, and because we know that the AI sometimes can get a little bit aggressive, construct units and fortifications to defend themselves. Venice has some real potential for something different, so it's a shame that they haven't appeared in Civilization 6. I'm sure that many of you have noticed that so far every civ in today's video has appeared in Civ 5, but not this next one. Oh no, this next civilization has never appeared in a mainline civilization game before. Just like Assyria, when we talk about huge civilizations missing, Argentina is enormous in size. It's the second largest country in South America and probably the biggest modern civilization yet to appear in the series. Known for its music, Argentina would be a strong culture civ. Perhaps if led by Eva Perón, who was an incredibly popular figure and was in part known for her positive trade unionist relations, Argentinian cities could get additional loyalty, supporting them in settling the quantity of cities needed for a cultural victory early on, and maybe a bonus towards production. Argentina is undoubtedly one of the biggest civs not to appear in Civilization 6, and it will certainly be interesting to see what direction Firaxis take them in should they make an appearance in Civilization 7. If you're intrigued to learn about some more of the biggest civilizations that have never appeared in the Civ series, we actually covered 3 more in our last video, which you can watch by clicking on the card in the top right of your screen now. There are so many civilizations that could have featured in this video, so make sure you let me know the ones that you miss most from Civ 6 down in the comments, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching.